Welcome to my channel, She Glow. We come here and glow, baby. That is on what? That is on who? That is on motherfucking period.
Hello? Haro? Hibachi Benihana Teriyaki.
Girl, why the hell am I trying to record and my face jumping like I got a damn filter on and I don't? Look. What filter?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, so y'all know I got the fro on. Don't get used to this fro, girl, because I just bought me another wig and I'm finna have a whole nother wig on my head. But I really like the fro though. It gives 70s hottie. But I want to talk about my drill sergeant from hell. Now y'all know I was in the military for some years. I was in the Army. And someone on my channel told me that they want me to talk a little bit more about my Army stories. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's bring it to the front. So I joined the military straight out of high school. And I went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. AKA Fort Lost in the Wood, AKA Misery. Because what the hell? When you go there, that's exactly how you feel. Miserable. Hated it. The weather is crazy and it wasn't a whole lot of black folks there. You know, when I went, it was like a melting pot, but I didn't see a lot of me. I saw me, but not a lot of me. But it's also misery. So of course, it makes sense. Now, when I went, I stuck out like a sore thumb, girl. I stuck out. I ain't had no business being in no damn army, but I didn't have no damn money. I was coming from the country. I ain't have shit. And girl, I was trying to figure out what stability looked like because I was not raised in that kind of environment. Not to mention, because I'm coming from a small town, small country town, girl, I was green as grass. Being green as grass in country terms just mean you don't know shit and you just out there in the world thinking you know things and you just moving in a way that could possibly put you in situations that are not good for you. Poor Tink Tink, it gives that kind of energy. Oh baby, she green. She don't know shit. She just out there. Because I had experienced abuse and neglect, I didn't know that when I joined the Army, that would make me a walking target. But it did, and I'm gonna tell you how. Because I had experienced so much trauma, I could handle chaos way better than the average person, especially at that time when I joined the military. A normal person getting yelled at, getting screamed at, getting cursed out, would cry, would feel uncomfortable, would want to, you know, maybe isolate, or maybe just not know how to handle that. I felt nothing. And because I didn't feel shit, it made me way more rebellious. Plus, I was raised in a home where if somebody felt the way about whatever, even if the shit was explosive, they were gonna let it out, you know? If my mama got upset and you pissed her off, she would say the most fucked up shit to you. And if it had to go that far to her throwing something or doing something, she would do that too. My family was just like that. So I was raised in a family that don't give a fuck what come out their mouth. We'll throw hands if need be. We'll throw shit. We'll fuck shit up. We'll say the most hateful shit because they're upset. I come from that kind of environment. So while I'm in the military and all this shit is happening, people being yelled at, people being smoked, and that just means drop on the ground, give me 50, give me push-ups. Things like that are happening and I am not being phased. And I feel like the more it didn't faze me, the more they were trying to turn it up a notch. Especially this one drill sergeant, because I mean, other drill sergeants had moments with me, but this woman, she sought me out. Like, she made it her business to make my life a fucking hell when I was at fucking basic training. Her name was Drill Sergeant Knight, and she did not fucking play. I want to say she was a 74 Delta, and in the military, that's chemical. That motherfucker will run with her gas mask on her face. But I think for 74 Deltas, I think they may have to do that. I don't know. That wasn't my job. I'd have to look that up to see. But she was hardcore, right? And this lady had to be all of 5'4"-ish, 5'3", somewhere in there. Like, this is a tiny lady. She's dark skinned. and she do not fuck with me. And I don't know what I did besides that rebellious shit. But to me, I wasn't going against the grain on purpose. I think it was just my response to the things that they were doing. When people are yelling at you, especially when you're in the army and they have to break you down and build you back up, they're looking for you to respond to that. They're looking to see you be broken down to be built up. And they could not break me because I had already come from an environment that did that. You know, so I just feel like Miss Mama's, her specifically, she felt like she had to turn it up a notch. And she did. Miss Drill Sergeant Knight. She would constantly smoke me. And I'm going to put a picture right here so y'all can see what I mean, because it's the second time I've said it. So y'all can kind of get a visual representation of what I'm talking about. But she smoked me all the time. She smoked me so much that when you're in the army, you have to have a battle buddy wherever you go. So it's really a weird adjustment, especially when you're used to using the bathroom alone, having to do things alone, having to go places alone because you're an adult. And then you join the military and it's like you have to have a battle buddy, which means wherever you go, you got to have somebody with you. And my battle buddy, she did not like being with me because she knew that that lady, was gonna make my life a hell. And if my life was gonna be a hell, so was hers. And she did not like that shit. I remember we was doing an exercise that day. And I remember I had like a super long day. I think my period was coming. I was just not feeling it. And I got back to my room because I was super fucking popular. The girl, I mean, they were fucking with the kid, right? I stayed in trouble, but I was a good time. I remember all the girls coming back to like my room, including my roommate. And I remember my whole side of the room was fucking TP'd. This lady took fucking tissue and TP'd my fucking room and flipped my locker upside down. Now, if y'all know, inside of your locker, your things have to be put in there a certain type of way. This lady had my locker flipped upside down. I started boohoo crying and my battles was trying to come help me clean it. And I was like, no. They came and, you know, of course they got in position for her. We all did. And I turned and looked at her and I can remember her like smirking and smiling and me boohoo crying because I was like, what did I do for you to pick on me? What did I do for you to treat me like this? And I understand in the army, they have to break you down and build you up, right? It's a part of the process. But this just felt so much personal. Like, this ain't even an hours no more for you to smoke me. You're just doing this because you just feel it in your heart to treat me a certain type of way. And it got so bad that one of the other drill sergeants told me to report her. He kept telling me. He told me a few times, but one specific time, he was like, you need to report her. And I was like, well, I'm about to graduate. It doesn't make sense for me to report her. She's probably going to turn it up a fucking notch. And I just did not want to deal with that shit because in my brain as a young girl, because I joined the military straight out of fucking high school, I could not make sense of why this lady was giving me a hard fucking time. I couldn't make sense of that. But who the fuck would? Like, I'm young as fuck, okay? I'm 17, 18 fucking years old. I don't know shit about that. And the crazy thing is that no matter how bad my drill sergeant treated me, I wanted her to be proud of me. Like, I kept wanting to show her that I could do it. That I like, she didn't have to act like that with me. I would do my best in the exercises. I would try to do certain things. I tried, which is weird because I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to overextend myself as a 17 and 18-year-old because a grown ass fucking woman has decided to fucking place me out for whatever reason and wants to humiliate me. Like, what the fuck? How did we get here? Like, I know you gotta break a nigga down to build him up, but I didn't know you were going to put me in such a spotlight where you were going to make me seem as low as you did just because you could, you know? The crazy thing is that she has come up in my therapy sessions and she was the second woman in my life who I tried to work to earn their love and earn their acceptance. And it was so many years ago, and she probably doesn't even remember me, let alone that situation. We did have a conversation, I want to say a year and a half after I graduated, because right before I graduated, she told me that the Army wasn't for me and that I needed to just get out. And I remember I was struggling in the Army when I first got in at my first duty station, and I told her that she was right. I found her on social media and I said, you were right. It's not for me. And she was like, it is for you, and you're going to do great things. And that in itself was weird. Why did I even go to her after that? I guess I have a fucking relationship with fucking suffering, or did, because I would never do that shit again. I'm never working to earn anyone's fucking love again, ever. But yeah, you know, we think that we don't matter, and we don't even understand the parts that we may play in other people's lives. Even when time has passed, you never know how you stuck with someone. You just don't. But thank you guys for coming to my channel, and I will be doing more story times about me being in the military, because I think that y'all should know about my experience and how it has been, because it was a lot. It was. But I'll see you guys next time, and don't forget to come back, girl.
If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like